If you think this postseason was chaotic, wait until you see what the 2026 quarterback market is shaping up to look like. Between aging stars, failed rebuilds, panic trades, and teams realizing way too late that they don't actually have their guy, this offseason is going to be absolute quarterback anarchy, which I am so excited about. I made a tier list for every quarterback who's either available or very likely to be available in 2026. This is not a rankings list. This is about what you should actually do with these guys if they're on your roster or about to be. The categories are franchise quarterback, as in someone you should give a chance to and really believe that they can be your franchise for years to come. Terabithia, as in a bridge quarterback that can hold the job down for the next year or two, but isn't going to take you very far. Another category is Kirk Cousins, not a franchise quarterback, not a bridge quarterback, doesn't fit in the other categories. He's just kind of there. Solid backup. That's self-explanatory. Next category is call T-Mobile, as in not enough data. These guys have played some. They should get a backup role, but we haven't seen enough to say if they're solid or shouldn't even be in the league. Next category is how are they still in the NFL? That's also self-explanatory. Then the last category is Quittin Time. It's not meant to be mean-spirited, but you've done enough. Please leave so that you don't have to go out sad. So those are the categories. Here's the quarterbacks. We're just going to go in the order that the tier website put them in. The first is Brett Rypien, who's set to be a free agent. Since 2020, he's only played in 11 games, 4 touchdowns to 9 interceptions on his career. Honestly, that's a pretty easy T-Mobile section. Next is Aaron Rodgers, who's set to become a free agent. Look, he's Kirk Cousins at this point. You're not going to build a franchise around him. He might have another good year in him, but if he doesn't, it's not surprising. I think if he's planning to come back next year, it's safe to say that he's going to stay on the Steelers. So I don't think he's going to another team, but Aaron Rodgers is Kirk Cousins. Kyle Allen, who's set to be a free agent. Look, I think he's a solid backup. Any team that needs someone they feel like they can rely on for a few games, Allen is that. I liked when he was in Buffalo backing up Josh Allen, so I kind of hope we can go back to the Western New York law firm of Allen & Allen. We got Tommy DeVito, who is set to be a free agent. And here's my main question when it comes to Tommy DeVito. Why the hell isn't this paisan in New York? That's where he belongs. Philly or Chicago, okay, that's acceptable too as well. Look, he's a solid backup at this point. He's started games before. He's won games before. He's someone you can turn to if your starter goes down. Didn't get any playing time in New England this season, but you should feel good if you have Tommy DeVito as your backup. Teddy Bridgewater, it's Quittin Time, buddy. Bridgewater came out of retirement to back up Baker Mayfield in Tampa this year. And I could make the argument that Bridgewater belongs in the category of how are they still in the NFL. I could also make the argument that he belongs in the category of solid backup. And he does have a winning record in the NFL. He's 33-32. Had a stretch of games that he won in New Orleans back in 2019. Stretch of games he won from Minnesota in 2015. Man, 2019 was a long time ago. 2015 even longer ago, obviously. I think it's Quittin Time for Teddy Bridgewater. Kirk Cousins is next. Look, the Falcons are almost definitely going to trade or release him. A trade saves them over $12 million in cap space. A release saves them $2 million in cap space. I could see someone like the Raiders signing Cousins to a 1-year deal so he can mentor Mendoza for a year. I'm assuming the Raiders are planning to draft Mendoza. Could also see him landing on the Cardinals, but anyways, Kirk Cousins is Kirk Cousins. Carson Wentz is set to be a free agent. He's a Terabithia quarterback. Any team that's in quarterback purgatory and doesn't like anyone in this draft, Wentz could be the guy for you that he'll get you through the year. Jets probably make the most sense at this point in time. Daniel Jones also set to be a free agent. Reports are that the Colts are interested in bringing him back. He's interested in staying on the Colts. He's a franchise QB. And look, a year ago, if you told me that I was going to say Daniel Jones is a franchise quarterback, I'd have laughed in your face. Nobody was harder on DJ during his time with the Giants than me. But damn it, I believe in Indiana Jones. Tua, the Dolphins would love to trade him and save $43 million in cap space. I don't know who takes him. If someone does, I'm guessing Miami would have to eat a large portion of the contract to make it even worth it to the new team. Having said that, how is this guy still in the NFL? He's only played a full season once. And yeah, he had a couple of good years, when Tyreek Hill was at his best and all Tua had to do was throw a bomb up for Tyreek to just outrun everyone and go get it. I think there's more than 30 other quarterbacks in the NFL that could have done that. Tua, I'm so confused by how this guy is still in the NFL. Really confused about his contract and why he got this massive contract. Zach Wilson, I'm not as out on Zach Wilson as everyone else is. Guys, we only ever saw him play for the Jets. Everybody sucks on the Jets. Geno Smith, Sam Darnold, Aaron Rodgers all looked much better after leaving the Jets. I'm going to say Zach Wilson, solid backup. He's got plenty of starting experience. I'd like to see him get another chance to compete for a starting job, but I definitely can't put him in the category of franchise quarterback without seeing more from him. We do have a lot of data on him, so he doesn't belong in the T-Mobile category. He's a solid backup. Mac Jones, you ready for this? Franchise QB. The league gave up on this guy way too fast after New England destroyed him with a defensive mind like Matt Patricia being assigned as his offensive coordinator. Mac played in 11 games this season. He threw for over 2,100 yards. He's ready for another shot at being someone's franchise QB. He's under contract for next season, so somebody would have to trade with the 49ers to get him, but he could easily be worth like a third-round pick that could escalate to a second or something like that. Case Keenum, solid backup. Everyone forgets that this guy is the guy that threw the Minneapolis Miracle to Stephon Diggs back in 2018, taking the Vikings to the NFC Championship. He's taken a team to an NFC Championship. This dude's a solid backup. Look, he's not your franchise QB. You don't really want him to be your bridge quarterback. He's been that before, but you don't really want that. Solid backup. You would love to have Case Keenum as your backup. Trey Lance, I'm putting him in the T-Mobile category. We don't have enough data. He was drafted high by the 49ers, only got to start like 2 games before getting hurt. Did look awful in Dallas for the limited times that we saw him. Looked a little better in the little time we saw him with the Chargers this year. We just need to see him play more. I don't know what to make of Trey Lance yet. Kyler Murray, how is this dude still in the NFL? He is so short he can't see over his offensive line. He can't stay healthy. Sure, he's fast, but he can't win in the postseason. He's a pain in the ass to deal with. What is there to like about Kyler Murray? I can't think of one thing. Well, I guess he's easy to travel with because he fits in the overhead compartment. Jake Browning, so bad. So bad that the Bengals traded in the division to get 40-year-old, well past his prime, Joe Flacco to play for them while Joe Burrow was hurt, so they didn't have to keep starting Jake Browning. How is this guy still in the NFL? Jimmy G, it's kind of funny because I honestly forget that this guy is still in the NFL until I see him like standing next to Matthew Stafford on the sideline. Having said that, he's definitely a Terabithia guy. He's taken a team to the Super Bowl before. He was a starter for San Francisco for a little over 5 years. Even this year, when there were questions about Matthew Stafford being ready for week 1, the Rams were reportedly very comfortable with the idea of starting Jimmy G if they had to. He can serve as a bridge QB for a year if that's what you need him to do. Kenny Pickett, I'm going T-Mobile. He went from a Pittsburgh bust to the guy that technically won the Super Bowl for the Eagles. He was in at quarterback when the clock hit zeros and the Eagles won. So technically, he was the Super Bowl winning quarterback. Look, we didn't really get a good look at him in Vegas this year. And also, it's Vegas. He had no offensive line, nobody to throw to, so it's hard for me to hold things against him that bad. I want to see more play time from Kenny Pickett. Gardner Minshew, one of the bros. I'm going to say he's a solid backup. He's been Terabithia in the past. He's had his moments, but I'd rather sign him as my backup to my bridge quarterback than sign him as my bridge quarterback. Skylar Thompson, dude, how is this guy still in the NFL? He's played in 10 regular season games. He has 1 touchdown pass. 1 touchdown pass in 10 games. He's a bust. Malik Willis, you ready for this one? This is probably my most controversial one. Malik Willis, franchise QB. Since leaving the Titans, he's 2-1 as a starter. He has a 98.9 rating. Somebody should give this guy a shot at being their franchise quarterback. Marcus Mariota, we're going to go Terabithia. Lots of starting experience, limited success, but looked good when he played this year. He could almost be Kirk Cousins. He could almost fit in that category. He's just barely got more long-term upside. Barely. Mitchell Trubisky, solid backup. Reports are that he's very happy in Buffalo. He should just stay there and keep backing up Josh Allen. Russell Wilson, Thanks for the Super Bowl. It's quitting time, buddy. He can't stay healthy. Honestly, shouldn't have even been the starter for the Giants this year. Jackson Dart had a better camp, better preseason. To be honest, I can't even put Russ in the solid backup category anymore. Without having the wheels he used to, he just isn't someone you can rely on to win any games for you. And then Joe Flacco, I want to put him in Kirk Cousins. I want Flacco inside of Cousins. That might be the most Alabama thing I've ever said. No, Joe, it's time, dude. Sign a one-day deal with the Ravens, retire with your Super Bowl team, but it's time, Joe. That's where I'm at on the 2026 quarterback market. If you agree, great. If you're furious, I probably ranked your guy correctly. Let me know which tier you'd move guys into and which team you think is about to make the biggest mistake. Other than that, that'll wrap up this Tuesday edition of the Seattle Mike Show. Please remember to like and subscribe. I'm Seattle Mike on the mic. I'll catch you guys next time.